Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Mr. Payne bringing you solving equations. Just a quick overview of what you should have learned in the 8th grade in simple one-step and two-step equations. So I want you to think about this. In the first problem, what is your variable? Well, I hope that you notice that your variable is x. Is it attached to anything? I'm looking right over here. Is this x right here attached to anything? I would say no. And how do I get it by itself? Well, what you need to notice is that this says x minus 7 equals 15. So I want to take this minus 7 and bring it to the other side. When you move things from one side of the equal sign to the other side of the equal sign, you use the inverse operation. So the inverse of minus 7 is going to be plus 7. On the left-hand side, the negative 7 and the positive 7 cancel each other out. The x is brought down. Your equal sign is brought down. Keep everything nice and organized and lined up. And then you just have to do the 15 plus 7, which gives me 22. On the other side, I'm going to answer the same questions again. What is my variable? My variable is x. Is it attached to anything? In this case, you can see that the 3 is attached to x. This says 3 times x. The multiplication sign is invisible. So the opposite, once again, how do you get it by itself? If I want to get this 3 unattached from the x, I do the inverse operation, which is divide. So I'm going to divide by 3. If I do it on one side, I must do it on the other. Your 3's will cancel out. My x will come down. And 24 divided by 3 is 8. Let's take a look at question number 6 at the bottom. It says 3/4 times x equals 12. One of the nice things about problems like this is that you can rewrite this problem as 3x over 4 equals 12. Now, noticing that the 3 is attached to the x, and the x is attached to the 4 by division. So what we're going to do is go in the reverse order here. I want to get rid of this divided by 4 right there. So what is the opposite of divided by 4? Well, it is times 4. So I'm going to multiply by both sides by 4. Remember, whatever I do on the left-hand side, I have to do on the right-hand side. So I'm going to cancel the 4 out. I'm going to be left with 3x equals 48. Now, simple division, because it says 3 times x, you're going to divide by 3. Divide by 3. X is going to equal 16. Now let's go right to the bottom of the page where it says 5x minus 2 equals 13. We're going to get into solving a multi-step problem now today. Just as review, notice that the x and the 5 are attached, so we're going to start where it's not attached. What can I move easily without interfering with the variable? Well, I can move that minus 2. So I'm going to say plus 2 on both sides because the inverse of negative 2 is positive 2. And I'm going to be left with 5x equals 15. And then I'm going to divide by 5. Divide by 5. X equals 3. Alright, let's turn the page and look at question number 2 on the back. And it says 1/2 x minus 9 equals 3. Once again, you see how the 1/2 is attached to the x, and the minus 9 is on the outside. So let's move this negative 9 first. I'm going to go and do positive 9 on both sides. I'm going to bring the 1/2 x down, and I'm going to rewrite it just like I did in the first problem that we did today. 1x over 2 equals 12. Now I want to get rid of that divided by 2, so I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. Cancel, cancel. X is going to equal 24. I truly believe that rewriting the problem when you have a fraction in front of the x, rewriting the problem is the easiest way to handle that problem. So just take that x, slide it up with the numerator, just like I did here, and then multiply by your denominator on both sides, and now it's a single problem, a single level problem. All right? Thank you, and have a great day. Make sure that you complete the worksheet after this and all the rest of the problems on this sheet so that you get extra practice.